All right, guys, it's Friday. It's Friday. Now, every one of you need to get close to your system. You need to listen real tight because you're going to hear something that you'll not hear anywhere else. And we're fixing to do our part to save the country. Now, having said that, today is the last day. Chad, you're on the line, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Chad, where are we at? How many videos have we got out? Total.
We have out total 145 since last Wednesday.
All right, folks, 145. Now, I'm sorry about coughing. I'm sick today. This is really a bad day for my health. And today is the day we've got to generate to 1,200, and here I am sick. Plus, we've got a story that we have got to break for the world. But we're sitting here with 145 of the videos instead of the 500 to 600 that it's supposed to be. Now, I mean it. If you want to save this country, you get in this game with us. You get in it. You invest. You buy the $20 tool and you use it exactly the way I tell you. And if you do, we can save this country. Now, are y'all with me? Are you there? Do you want to save this country, or do you want it to continue to spiral down out of control? What do you want? Now, I'm going to tell you a story. We're going to give you a story coming up soon as Greg gets on the line. I'm going to have him read you an article. Now, as hard as we're working to get this story exposed, you're listening to it. You're a part of it. All right, Greg, are you there? Greg?
I'm here, Larry.
All right, thank God we didn't lose you. All right, Greg, hold tight for 1 second. Now, folks, here's the race. We've got a story that is incredibly significant. Now, I'm ashamed. I'm almost tempted not to tell you about it. I'm almost tempted not to tell y'all. Because I don't know how many we've got listening right now. Tell me, Greg, when you get a count. I don't know how many we've got listening.
I wish I could. Unfortunately, I'm having to work on a different computer.
Okay. All right. Don't worry about it. We've got 7,000 plus people listening.
I think that's
and only 145 have gotten the video. And the video is what we've got to have to fight with states' rights. And only 145 out of 7,000. Now, by the way, don't call in yet. People are already starting to call in. Do not call in. The story that I'm about to give you is too important. We do not have time right this second for people to call in, so don't call in. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to bring this story to you. And you're all going to be a part of trying to get it spread. All right, Greg. All right, you still there? All right, here's what I want you to do, Greg. I want you to read the article. I want you to read the story. Now, folks, they're moving at breakneck speed to bury this story and to do away with it. We've got to move before they get rid of it. Now, would you please read the story, Greg? Everybody listen up.
All right, this story has been a very interesting one. It actually came out on August the 2nd, and the title is Deceased FBI Agent Found at Trump Tower with Silenced Pistol. And the article says, a source within the NYPD has reported that an armed 62-year-old man tried to sneak into the Trump Tower late Tuesday night. That was this week. Interestingly, the suspect, who was found with a semi-automatic handgun fitted with a silencer, has been identified as Barry Lee Bush, a former Newark, New Jersey FBI agent who has been dead since 2007. A Secret Service agent discovered Bush after he had circumvented a security partition on the bottom floor of the Trump Tower. Questioned by Secret Service agent at the scene, Bush, who initially identified himself as Barry Franklin, remained silent, offering no explanation for why he broke security at the Trump Tower. According to the NYPD source, Bush was arrested for trespassing and for illegally carrying a pistol fitted with an illegal silencer. During his booking at the NYPD jail, Bush's fingerprints were submitted to NCIC, also known as the National Crime Information Center, which immediately reported Bush's true identity. Quote, I wasn't sure if our system had malfunctioned, so I rescanned his fingerprints to confirm that our system was working correctly. There was no system error. The man we have in custody was reported deceased in 2007 after being shot in an attempted bank robbery. Quote, one source speaking on anonymity said, the New York Times reported on April 6, 2007, that Barry Bush, a veteran FBI agent on a bank robbery detail, was fatally wounded, apparently when another agent's weapon accidentally discharged during a confrontation with three gunmen outside a bank in a quiet town in central New Jersey. Speaking about the weapon found on Bush, the NYPD source stated, quote, we don't find hardware like this on the streets. That Glock, and there was a Glock that was used, was never stamped at the factory, so it was without a serial number. And so, and there are photos of this, and this is a replica. But those pieces or those guns are reserved for people with a lot higher pay grade than me, end quote. According to a spokesman at the Newark FBI field office, Bush was killed in the line of duty in April of 2007. Coincidentally, 5 minutes after we got off the phone with him, a page honoring FBI agents who were killed in the line of duty went down on the FBI's website. It isn't clear what Bush's intentions were for sneaking around security to presumably access the service elevators at the Trump Tower. However, it doesn't take much imagination as to why Bush was carrying a silenced pistol at the time of his arrest. And this was yesterday. Trump was or actually several days ago, Trump was in Florida at that time for rallies in Daytona and Jacksonville. And Trump informed the people in the article that he was not at the Trump Tower on the day or evening of the event. So there was no further information available about that, but that the armed man had been arrested at his building. It's not clear about what the alleged Mr. Bush, what his intentions were. And according to this article, Mr. Trump seemed to take the news that an armed dead person was found at his New York building with a grain of salt. Article went on to say, fortunately for his family and the supporters, Mr. Trump is still around to try to sort out this interesting incident.
All right, now, Greg, did it not in the article at some point say that Mr. Bush was let out on his own recognizance?
In an article, excuse me, Larry, in an article that ABC News did, they didn't identify him as Mr. Bush. They gave him another name, but they indicated that there was no harm, no foul, and that this individual, who they described being named 54-year-old Anthony Sharp, charged with assaulting a Secret Service agent, or a group of Secret Service agents, actually, they claimed he was legally carrying a gun and didn't pose any threat to the nominee when he entered a closed-off street and so forth. But, yes, he was released on his own recognizance, meaning he did not put up any bail after the judge. He told the judge that the judge could trust that he will stay out of Trump's building, and that's highly unusual unless he was indeed a federal law officer. But even then, if he was caught with some sort of weapon he couldn't legally possess, pretty difficult stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also says on that ABC article that his name was Anthony Sharp, and that he was a retired NYPD police officer that works at a jewelry store.
All right, now, folks, did you hear that? Here is a man that was arrested by the Secret Service in the Trump Towers. When he was arrested and was taken down and booked, they found out that his name was not Barry Franklin, that his name was actually Barry Bush, and that his fingerprints and picture matched that of an FBI agent that was killed in 2007 by being shot by a fellow FBI agent while they were in the process of investigating a bank robbery. Now, I want to break this down right quick for you. I want to break it down. When an FBI agent is killed, especially one killed by another FBI agent accidentally, folks, the investigation into that death would be massive. 10, 20 people plus would be assigned to it. Now, what they're leading you to believe is that this man, this Bush FBI agent that was killed in 2007 wasn't really there. So you're telling me the FBI had somebody on a slab that they were claiming was Barry Bush, FBI agent that had just been killed, and you're telling me they didn't run fingerprints, they didn't do photo ID matching, they didn't do anything because apparently the guy that they had on the slab was not the man that was supposedly killed. That don't add up, guys. That does not compute. Do you hear me? Do you hear me out there? That don't add up. Now, then he goes, and when they arrest him, he has on his person a Glock, semi-automatic pistol with a silencer, and it is not stamped. Now, what that means, not stamped means that it did not have a serial number. Now, not stamped, not having a serial number is significant. It's not all that uncommon to have a weapon that the police recover that has no serial number, but it's usually rubbed off or buffed off. Not stamped means it comes from the factory. It was never given a serial number. That does not happen. In 1983, I was requested to go to Smith & Wesson and get a weapon for Enrique Bermudez, who was the general in charge of the military in the Contras, the field commander. He was coming to Miami, and we wanted him to have a weapon. So I was told to go to Smith & Wesson and get him one. Well, I was told by Smith & Wesson, and this was in 1983, folks, that it was impossible. The only way I could get him a weapon without a serial number, I would have to have a personal letter signed by the President of the United States, or I would have to have a letter by the director of the FBI and the head of the Justice Department, so stating the requirement and the reason why. So you're telling me this FBI guy had that weapon? He had that weapon. Now, folks, if he had a weapon that had no stamp on it, to me, and this is me saying this, you got it? This is one of those things where I'm saying it. That means the government was involved in securing that weapon. And it also had a silencer. A silencer is illegal as sin. So this guy is there with a weapon that's not stamped and with a silencer. And he's a former FBI agent that's dead. Does this not bother y'all a little bit? Does this not smell a little bit? Huh?
At 10 p.m. at night. At 10 p.m. at night, too.
10 p.m. at night. Now, guys, I'm going to get into more of this. Alden, is Lori in yet? All right, Lori's going to call in. It's commercial time. Today is a day where I've got to have help. But remember, today, I expect y'all. You hear me? I expect y'all to do something today to save America. This is the kind of junk that's going on right here. Now, Greg, Chad, Alden, and I, we're in a race right now. We're in a race against time. We're in a race. All right, pushing her through. We're in a race against time. They're trying to bury the story. When Lori gets through with the commercial, then I will tell you about that. Greg, Chad, if y'all don't mind, hold on. Lori, go ahead, please.
Hi, everybody. Our nonprofit organization, Can't Keep Me Down, continues to accept donations for Larry's medical expenses. So for more information about this, you can go to our website at can'tkeepmedown.org. If you donate $25 or more, I just picked up the Larry's music CDs yesterday, and they're available now. So if you donate $25 or more, we'll send you Larry's music CD. In fact, you can go on the site, and I put one song on there. You can click on it, and you can hear Larry sing that song. And Mary Ellen's handcrafted greeting cards are also still available if you donate $10 or more. Don't forget, when you submit your donation via PayPal to donateckmd@gmail.com, include your address in the message, and we'll send your selected items along with a tax-deductible receipt. And thank you all very much for your help, and God bless.
All right. Now, Laura, you still there?
Yes.
All right. We've gotten today our good friend Grant. Grant sent $5, so we're $5 into the $1,200. Lori, thank you so much. I mean it for me.
No problem.
Thank you for all the work you're doing to try to help people. And folks, we've got a lot of things going on. Lori is helping with this. She's helping raise the money. She's also helping coordinate an effort to North Carolina to get that governor to stay on course. We've got that going on. So Lori, just God bless you and thank you. And everybody
pleasure,
listening,
Larry.
you know, y'all need to thank Lori. You need to send her a thank you. How could they send you a text, Miss Lori? Tell me how they could do that.
Yeah, they could send it to my phone number, 619-892-3704. And it's my pleasure, Larry.
Well, what do you think, right quick, about the story we're breaking right here today?
It's very intriguing. It's amazing. I haven't heard anything on the mainstream media about any of this yet. So this is breaking news.
Isn't that something? You haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
Lori, thank you. Thank you so much. All right,
Okay.
Chad, before we go further with the story, would you please say something somehow, some way to get the people to get the video so that we can get on track with the numbers we got to have to make this thing work, please, Chad?
Sure, Larry. Listen, we had a much better day yesterday, you guys. Obviously, we connected with you, you know, in a I don't know what I'm at a loss of words here a little bit, Larry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to research this story you're talking about. But look, you got to get the video so that we can follow through with the plan to save this country state by state. And, you know, they're trying to get to Trump. They're trying to kill Trump, obviously. I mean, the writing's on the wall. And, you know, you guys got to do something. Please wake up. That's really all I have to say, Larry.
All right. Thank you, Chad. Greg, is there anything I see here? You see that we've got 7,753 people listening. Is there anything you could say to them, my God, that might get them to get active and do something, please?
Well, you know, Larry, as we discussed yesterday, the world is full of people, but there's only a small percentage of people. And you've seen this in talk radio. You've seen it in everything you do. You know, like the fellow guys that wore the green beret, you know, only 3 out of 100 make it. Well, you know, and what we're doing here, we're not even averaging that. But I will say this. I'm encouraged by the fact that Chad's seeing the numbers come up. Your numbers have held steady despite the individual or individuals out there who are seemingly bothering you, and God help them if they bother the network, because my other partner who you spoke with this morning who used to work for the Justice Department and who does all of our private investigations worldwide. He doesn't like it when people bother us, and we don't like it when people bother you, Larry. So you can count on the fact these things will be looked into, as will the history of the people. So I would urge those people to go find some other target to go bother. You're off limits. So I would just say this to everyone listening, and that is, get that video. The hour is unbelievably late. We need you to get that video. It's that important. If you care about yourself and your country and your kids and your grandkids, get that video. None of that money goes to me. None of it goes to Larry. None of it goes to Network. Just, do it.
All right, Greg. Thank you, buddy. Listen.
Thank you, Larry. Oh, I did want to say one last thing about,
yes, sir.
There is an organization out there called Snopes, SNOPES, and the first thing that we saw as a result of the article that was published was that Snopes will immediately try to come in and debunk the article. And then, of course, ABC News came and did the same thing. So if you're putting your hopes in Snopes, you better find another basket to put your eggs in, because it's a joke.
Yeah, listen, it's all rigged and it's tough. So look, folks, stay the course. And Greg, I'm sorry about that person that's bothering people. She's nothing more than an irritant. That's all she is. She's mentally warped somehow. I don't have a clue, but I would say, folks, if you want to believe her, remember she's told everybody that her name was Chris, and now she says that was never her name. She never told us her name. So, you figure it out. We don't have time for it now. We don't. We got things to do. So let's get back to
Larry,
it. Now, remember,
Larry, can I say something?
yes.
Larry, can I say something, please, about that person? Because I got to know that person a lot last year. And in my opinion, she is someone that was basically infatuated with you, and she got to know you. You let her in, and basically she is mentally ill. And when you started to cut her off, that's when she freaked out, and she started just saying, "Well, I have over 100 text messages with threats that she has said she was going to expose." But they were all lies. She says, "I'll say this, I'll say that." I just think what's all that noise?
That's me. I'm sorry.
I just think she's somebody that is mentally ill. She's almost at a stalker level, and I think we might have to eventually get a restraining order against her. But you guys don't listen to her. She's crazy. Larry's the real deal. He's a hero, and we really got to stand behind him, because there are no other leaders out there that are willing to stick their neck out on the line like Larry is. That's all I want to say.
Let's get something out on the table, Chad. I hate to tie up what we're trying to do today with this, but since you're doing it, let's get it out. Chad, you came out against me some months ago. Mm-hmm. You did. Remember, right, folks, I'll tell you what it was about. Chad wanted me to go on and push the DVD or the video hard and heavy, and I refused to do it. That was my decision. Chad was right, I guess, to be upset about it. But if we'd have put it out then, it would have been wrong timing. But he got mad at me, and he said some of the same things about me that she's saying. Chad, was it true when you said it?
No, I was just upset. And, feeling cut out somewhat. And it pretty much, no, it wasn't true. I just vented a little bit is what I did.
And look, guys, that's all right. I'm working with Chad now. Look, it's okay. We're all going to have times in these days when everything's under the microscope, when it's pressure, this is our country. This is a very difficult time for our nation. And a lot of people are nervous, upset, and we all make mistakes. I make more than anybody. But we've got a job to do, a job. And I thank Chad. All of you should thank Chad King for back then putting the thousands of dollars he did into making this video out of his pocket. He did on the come, because what I was asking him to do back then really was weird. It really was. So, folks, get in the game. Now, back to our story that we're releasing. Now, listen, they're trying to shut this thing down. They don't want this story out. But it happened. Chad knows. Greg knows. I'm sorry. All right, listen, there's somebody calling in over and over and over. Don't call. Please stop calling. We're out of time for callers for a while. We've got to get this story out. And every time we take a call, it gets us headed in another direction. Please, I'm not trying to be ugly, but this is important. This is hugely important. Now, this story they're going to try to put out, but Chad knows, Greg knows. I have a person, do I not, gentlemen, that has told me it really happened, that is in a position to know. That's all I will say at this point. Is that correct, Chad?
100%.
What about you, Greg?
Absolutely.
All right. So, folks, they're trying to bury this story. And I'll tell you something else. I would bet, now this is me again, I can't prove it in a court of law. This is my opinion, but I'm telling you it's that. They've even got the Secret Service, I believe, trying to convince Trump that he needs to bury this story, make it go away. So Trump's going to be kind of interested in keeping it down. But here's the trick to the story. Remember, number one, a man that was dead since 2007, a member of the FBI, who was killed supposedly by a partner of his in the FBI. He shows up at Trump Towers with a gun without a serial number, with a silencer on it. They arrest him and find out that he isn't the man he claimed to be, that he is a former FBI guy that supposedly is dead. And they let him out on his own recognizance, just immediately let him out. Folks, that's pretty high up when you can start pulling those kind of tricks. Believe me, that's high up.
Now, look at his last name.
I'm sorry?
And his last name's Bush.
His last name's Bush, yes. Now, here's the part that no one has picked up on. When he was there at Trump Towers, Donald Trump was not there. He was in Florida or somewhere else. Now, guys, a person that is as professional as this man must be, remember, he faked his death right in front of the FBI, being an FBI agent. He faked his death, faked all of that stuff, and has lived off the grid under the radar for 9 years. He shows up at Trump Towers with that weapon, and Trump's not there. He knew Trump wasn't going to be there. It was public. Trump was in Florida. So why would he go there? Why? And the answer to that would be, logically, well, he was there doing some reconnaissance. He was looking around to get the lay of the land. But Chad, what's wrong with that story? What's wrong with him going there just looking around? What don't make sense about him doing that?
Well, for what? Who would he be doing that for? Who does he doesn't work for any, FBI anymore. So I don't know.
The answer I was going to get you to trying to get you to say was, he wouldn't be there, guys, doing recon, carrying that weapon with him. No way would a professional be in that building knowing the intensity of the Secret Service and be walking around with that weapon. Because if he got stopped, Chad, for anything, what would they do? They'd find that weapon. What did they do? They found that weapon. What did that weapon do? It raised all kinds of red flags. So, Chad, why do you think he was there with that weapon, knowing Donald Trump wasn't there?
Maybe he was there to visit someone else.
There you go. There you go. You heard the NYPD person that was reporting this story. He said it was quite obvious what this Barry Bush was there doing with a silencer on a gun, and a gun that didn't have a serial number. He said it's quite obvious, leading you to believe he was there to kill Trump. I don't believe he was. I believe he was there to kill or hurt somebody else. Kill or hurt somebody else. Now, when you think about the possibility that this guy was there to kill or hurt someone in Trump's family, Greg, what does this remind you of? Have you heard this scenario before?
Yes, I have, Larry.
All right.
This scenario is unbelievable.
Where did you hear it before?
Well, this scenario, it kind of reminds me of, it's got some shades of Vince Foster to it, but we talked about it this morning, and
remember another guy that was running for president?
Perot. Absolutely, Ross Perot. Indeed. Yes, we talked about that this morning. And by all rights, Ross Perot should have won the election that year because he was on track to win it. But as we talked about, they threatened his family.
There you go, folks. Ross Perot got out of the race back then, and he said the reason he did was because he received threatening calls that if he didn't get out of the race, they were going to kill his family, kill his daughter, actually. Now, I got this from Lori. Miss Lori sent me this text. Found an AP story released August 3rd at 8 p.m. Is this the same story? It says man was retired cop named Anthony Sharp. Yes. Lori, this is the same story, and this is what I'm talking about. They're going to cover this up. They are trying desperately to cover this up. And we're not going to let them. We are not going to let them. Do you understand that? Yes.
Larry, did the threat to Ross Perot, do you know if it came from the Bush family side or the Clinton side?
Well, now here again, I can't tell you with specificity, and I can't tell you to go to a court of law with it, but here's what I do know. Ross Perot, every day during that campaign, so states, and I have their affidavits, Roger Perry and Larry Patterson, Bill Clinton's security guards, state police security guards, they said that every day during the race, Ross Perot and Bill Clinton would talk. You see, Chad, Ross Perot was a ringer for Bill Clinton. His job was simply to get in the race and get enough conservative votes to him, 6% to be exact, and that would ensure Clinton that Bush could not win. Now, what became a problem is Ross Perot ended up, Chad, at somewhere between 16 and 18% of the votes at that particular time. And as Greg said, had he have stayed in, there's a great possibility he could have won. But I don't know whether he was connected with the Bush or the Clintons. It could have gone either way, Chad. But here's our situation. Alden is going to put he's going to put this story up on our YouTube. Is that correct, Alden? Yeah, Alden, come on and tell the people.
Yeah, I'm going to put this on YouTube after this, and it's actually streaming right now on it. But I'm going to also add all the information on our Larry Nichols Live broadcast Facebook page. That's where we post all the YouTube pages after.
I'm on the line with him, Larry.
I'm sorry. What, Chad?
Yeah, I didn't feed you guys through. I'm sorry.
All right. All right. Now, Alden, say it where everybody can hear you. We're running out of time.
I will post this up on YouTube after the show gets over, and I will also post this information up on our Larry Nichols Live Facebook broadcast page. So you can find it there.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. Will you put up the links to these stories that we've cited? The story. Okay, folks, these will be up. Chad Alden said they'll be up. We'll make sure you get them, Alden, and you can go and get these links, and they're up there. Now the question is, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I just noticed that Fox News is running a story now saying that the man, his name is Anthony Shark, and they got a picture of some African-American gentleman. I mean, the story just twists and twists. It's incredible.
Guys, I'm telling you, you are seeing, and that's because you are with us. You hear me? That's because of our team. You folks in this audience, you're seeing something that very few people ever get to see. You're seeing a story that is being covered up. You're seeing them float trial balloons to figure out the best way to cover it up. They're changing the names. They're changing the players. They're changing whatever. And guess what? They're going to try to discredit me for daring to bring it out. Folks, I didn't say this stuff. This stuff came from these articles. And these articles came from people that spoke up to reporters. Do you hear me?
And your source. And your inside source. And your inside source. Oh.
And my inside source. So, guys, I'm telling you, here's what I know to be real. And here's what you can know to be true. Listen, a man was arrested at Trump Towers. He had on him a Glock semi-automatic pistol with a silencer, and it had no serial number. It had never had a serial number. It was not stamped ever. You know that, number one, to be a fact. Number two, I know to be a fact that this man, whether he went by the name of Barry Shark or whether he went by the name of Barry Frank, and system through CID, when he ran it.
We missed that, Larry. What did you say?
When they ran. I'm sorry.
No, go back.
Go back. We missed that. It blanked out.
Whether his name is Barry whatever.
Whether his name is Barry Shark or Barry Franklin, what we know is that the New York PD, when they ran his fingerprints and his picture, it came back that this was the same man named Barry Bush that was an FBI agent that in 2007 was killed. He was killed by a fellow FBI agent while they were investigating a bank holdup. Now, do you understand? We know these things. We know these things. Now, you tell me why. Why is the media so committed to blocking this story from coming out? You know, this is one of those hypotheticals that I don't think, if we ask it of each other, we could probably come up with as many different reasons amongst us as there are people. I don't know the reason why they are so committed to covering it up, but they are committed to covering it up. And just as they are committed to covering it up, we, me, Chad, Greg, Alden, and guess what? Hopefully all of you are equally as committed to get it out. So the best way for y'all to get it out is to tell people to go to Larry Nichols Live on YouTube and let it be put out there. Yes, sir, Alden.
Yeah, it's 40 after, so I need to do a real quick commercial for you.
Please go ahead.
To help with today's treatment, you guys know that today's a big number, the 1,200. So you can donate on PayPal by sending a gift donation to as a friend or family, and then send it to nicholslive@aol.com. Or you can go to the nonprofit organization Lori is helping with, and it's www.ckmd.org, and you can get a tax deductible receipt if you make a donation on there. All right, that's it. You can go.
All right, thank you. Now, folks, I want to say this. Please listen to me. Today, I need 100 of you minimally. Today, 100 to go to statesrights.video. States rights. State with an S. Right with an S. .video. And get the video Revolution 2.0. 100 of you. Who are you? Who are the patriots that are going to stand up and get this video? And to all of you, please hear me. And I know how tight money is. I do. Oh, dear God, I do. If you only have enough for $20, then you get the video. Get the video. Don't send it to me. Get the video. All right? I would rather miss every treatment. I would rather go on to the next life and just know that my grandchildren and yours are protected. I would. I really would. And in some ways, guys, it would be just an unbelievable blessing. A blessing. And I got this from Lori. She said Alden gave out the wrong address. It's can'tkeepmedown.org.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Can'tkeepmedown.org. Now, I'm asking, who of you out there will be in this 100? Text me. Text me now at 440-897-0611. Text me now and tell me you're one of the 100. Now, please. Here, I got this from Miss Dixie. Larry, this is Dixie. An attorney who filed a fraud case against the DNC and Hillary found dead. Cause unknown. See, guys, here we go again. Here we go again. The Clintons start showing up. Here we get in the race for president. Here it starts. And guess what starts? Just like all the rest. People start dying. People start dying. Now, text me. Somebody call in. Let's let one person call in. If you've got something to say to the audience that you think could help them understand the necessity and the importance of getting that video, we've got to move now. We've got to move now with the governor in North Carolina. And I need y'all to call him. But I need y'all, when you call the governor, to have seen and absorbed the video. So somebody out there, call now. Call now. And then I have not received one text, not one. Who of you out there are willing to be one of the 100 that must get the video today? Who? Swear. I really do. It's amazing. I get from our favorite little dedicated person to destroying us. That person keeps sending all these texts like somebody really cares, and that's me. I do not care. She can send them till the cows come home. All right, who we got? Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we got some
Larry,
kind of weird noise. Yes.
Terry, it's Terry from Minnesota again. I just called Governor Dayton's office and I tried to give him a shout. They're telling me I was talking about the state's rights and about the $5,000 fine in 90 days. They're going to call me back about it and see what's up. But I gave them a shot to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. All right, Terry.
So
you did good. I would, what I would be careful with, Terry, talking to somebody like that. Just be careful. You know what you're doing. You know very well what you're doing. Just be careful when you're talking to somebody that has not seen the video. They won't necessarily understand what you're saying with the fine and the jail term. It's kind of hard for them to understand that real quick. But you did good. Thank you. Let's see if they call you back.
I'll give you a call next week. But they also told me to try to get a hold of my representative in the House. So I'm going to do that in a little while. I'll keep up with it and I'll let you know.
Terry, if they're telling you to get hold of the representative in the United States Congress, don't do it.
No, I want to go after my representative in the State House of Minnesota.
There you go. There you go. Folks, do not go to your congressman or your United States senators. Forget them. Forget them. They're not going to be with us on this. States' rights. States' rights robs them of the power they so desperately want. All right, my friend. Thank you. Thanks, Terry.
It also, Larry, robs them. It also robs them of their job security.
You bet it does. All right, Terry, we got to run, buddy. Thanks. All right. Now, let's see. I got this text from Emily. It's Emily. I'm buying more for others that can't buy them. That's awful nice, Emily. Thank you. But I'll say this. Now, listen, y'all. I got this from, I think this is Guinea Pig. Are you receiving these texts? Yes, I am. Be careful, y'all, buying the video for someone that can't buy it. If it's somebody that truly can't afford to buy it, that's one thing. It's a great help. But be careful that it's not somebody that's just not going to buy it because they don't want to do it. Look, we need people to have skin in the game. We need people to feel like they're part of it. Now, look, here we are. Are you telling me right now not one person is going to send a text in here and say they're going to be one of the 100? Do you see what we're up against? What we're up against is you. What we're up against is you. You. We're out here trying to fight this bunch that's trying to destroy Trump. This is a person out there trying to either kill Trump or kill his family. And we're out trying to expose it. Now, is it okay for us to do that? That old boy or whoever is paying him, whoever is behind him, you know what? He's going to probably be pretty ticked at me and us for staying on this story and getting it out. Did you ever think about that? Huh? Did you? Well, guess what, guys? They're just going to have to come on. He's going to have to come on and get me because I'm going to do everything in my power. And I know Chad and I know Greg and I know Alden. I know they are. We're going to do everything in our power to stop this. We're not going to let them cover up this attempt to kill Trump or his family. We're not. So if we can risk our life, why is it okay for us to do that and you can't risk $20 to try to save the country? And I got $5 from Angela. Angela, thank you so much, hon. No, I think we've done it. Then I got this from Alden. I'm with you. I'm one. This is from Alden. Alden goes through the trouble. Y'all have no idea. He stays up night after night after night. He stays up doing and getting this thing ready to go on YouTube and getting it out. Answering in some cases, I think there's some kind of chatty thing on there that people chat. It's dedication. It's dedication. And then if you notice every day, Alden sends money. He does himself. He sends money. In addition to producing this show. Then you got Greg. You know, Greg sits there with Leading Edge Radio, and they could sell time right in this slot. I got this. Thanks, dear God. I will be one of the 100 today, behind the video today. Thank you, dear God. Thank you. That is from area code 916. Then I got this. Larry, is Alex Jones aware of this video, North Carolina and the North Carolina campaign? When was the last time you were on this show? P.S. I've already bought the video, and I think, and I'm talking. Anyway, I think she said she was talking, bringing it up. Hold on, I lost it. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a while since I've been on with Alex, but I don't want to go on with Alex right now. This is our job. This is our job. Our job. Then I got this one. It says, I'm in. Need to counter the indoctrination my kids are trying to resist in college. God bless you. That's from Sue. Sue, no, God bless you for realizing and fighting. Then I got this in. Larry, I got the video today. We'll watch this weekend. Dave, thank you. That's what I want to hear. That's the sound of victory. That's what victory sounds like. That's what popping is. That's when you're hitting. Then I got this one. I got this one. I'm with you. I'll purchase the video today. My name is Randy. Randy, thank you. Thanks. Then I got this one. Bobby and I are in too. Harry Joyce, Oklahoma is in as well. Thank you. I know y'all are. I know y'all are. Then I got this from Mary Ellen. Then the rest of us just have to double and triple our effort if others won't help with the video and your treatment costs. That's the way Mary Ellen will do. That's what she is. And then I got this from Greg. I will say it for you, Larry. Get off the network if you're just a spectator or here for entertainment. But thank those of you who are doing what needs to be done. Greg, we got about 3 minutes. You want to say something about that? Hello, Greg.
Sure, Larry. Yeah, absolutely. You know, as always, you know, even the Bible kind of hints at the fact that, you know, many hands make light work. The load is heavy. It's heaviest on Larry. It's heaviest on Alden, the job those guys do. It's heavy on Chad. You know, it's at times it's heavy on me, but you know, we count it all joy because we realize what we're working for, and we realize that the end result of what we face if Hillary Clinton is elected is more frightening. I was talking to my dad last night. Larry and I talked while I was over there having dinner with them. And, you know, it's a little difficult to get a Green Beret apprehensive about anything. Wouldn't you agree with that, Larry?
You bet. Let me say something, Greg, right quick, because we're running out of time.
Yes, sir.
I got this from Teresa. I mailed you $60. Did you get it? No, not yet. Is the site donate.ckmd.org or ckmd.org? Say that again on the air, Alden.
The PayPal donation for that is donate.ckmd@gmail.com. That's what I was getting mixed up with. The website
what about that .org?
The website is can'tkeepmedown.org. That's the website. The donate is donate.ckmd@gmail.com.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Teresa, and thank you, Alden. I got this in. It says, I will be one of the 100 today, buying the video today. My name is Lisa. Just bought the video, Larry. Thank you, Lisa. Come on, folks. That's winning. That's how we win. I'm sick of this. We're going to make this story about them trying to kill Trump. We're going to make that a real thing. We're going to get that out. If it's true, and I believe it is, we're going to find out if it is. We're going to get it out, even though they're going to do everything in their power to cover it up. But you see, I can't do that. Chad can't do that. Alden and Greg, we can't be working on that and then worrying that we're not getting the numbers we've got to have to be able to get the people involved in the states' rights. Y'all have got to do that. You've got to do that. All right, I got a caller. I've just got a minute. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, Larry, when
Yes.
they go to can'tkeepmedown.org, folks, don't put the apostrophe in there. Keep that out, or it won't come up on the internet. Larry, if you can, have Lori put that up, or have somebody put it up on your YouTube site or on your Facebook site.
We will. I don't have a Facebook. So, folks, if you're looking for Facebook, there isn't one. Better not be one. If there is, it's not me. There's not a Twitter thingy. If you're getting something Twittered for me, that's not me. That's not me.
Okay.
Now,
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
I'm working on it.
Yes.
I'm working on getting an aide. His name's Gerald Dean. I'm trying to get a hold of him. I'll let you know once I do in North Carolina. I'm
Very
still
good.
working on it, Larry.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you. Everybody, keep working on it. We've got a job to do. We've got a mission. We've got to do it. And North Carolina is our first opportunity. And we cannot blow it. We can't. Now, I've got a minute and a half. Let me just tell you. Guys, stand up today. It's Friday. 100 of you. Stand up. Stand up. Don't run. Don't hide. Stand up. Get it on now. This is our country. And what we're talking about, the reason Chad's working so hard, Greg's working so hard, all of us, the reason we're working so hard is because we don't lose it. So I'm asking you, if you can, help us today. I got this. Alex from California, I'm still with you. I'm proud of you. Keep going, brother. Alex, I know you are. I know you are. So, guys, get that video now, please. Get the video now. Text me, even when the program's over, text me so that I can have some peace of mind. Text me and let me know that you're getting it. Please, we've got work we've got to do on this story about the guy trying to kill Trump or his family. Help me. I got 30 seconds left. We've gotten in maybe towards the treatment, maybe $50, if that much, maybe 50. If you can, help. Help. We're all struggling. We're all hurting. We are. Everything we got is in the game. Good Lord willing, the money comes in. I'll see you Monday. Thanks, Chad. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Alden. And thank you, Lori.
There's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby.